We back. I finally done it, guys. The merch is here. Link in the bio, link in the description, link in my page. Yeah? Go cop these now. Let's go before they all go. This one we're gonna talk about the Matrix. Because you know, as you like to talk about Matrix, we're in the Matrix. But this one's going to be deep diving into the woman who originally made the Matrix. I bet you didn't know that. I bet you didn't know it was a black woman either. So let's get into what she has to say.
To release this to the public. If you are a coach, a service provider, or you sell any kind of high-ticket programs, this right here...
You have to see it for yourself.
Also, I think one of the greatest films ever. One of the greatest films. Some great actors in it, fam. Some great... Morpheus, come on.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more. Follow me. You have to see it for yourself.
But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear.
You have to see it for yourself.
But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear.
You have to see it for yourself.
But blessed are your eyes, for they see.
Also, if you don't know who this guy here, the black guy with the gray hair or white hair, do your research. I'm not even gonna, but it's all linked. Everything's linked.
People love to call themselves a beast. You know, people like to watch movies because Marvel, they love heroes and sheroes. And they love that scene in Gladiator and Braveheart. They love those scenes, you know. People like warriors. And I want to tell you, my sister, there's Warrior Sophia.
Oh, thank you.
I want to tell you something. You've been in a fight, but you know how to fight. I'm just so happy to have you on. We're here in Las Vegas, in our Las Vegas studio, and when Anthony was telling me he'd book you for the show, I said, it's Terminator time, baby. It's Terminator time. It is Terminator. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Anything resonated with you that you were listening to?
I loved it when you were talking about the fight. It reminded me of Muhammad Ali. He was a very, very great friend of mine. And the Neo character is actually created from him, being a black superhero for us, a living one at that time, you know, the late Muhammad Ali. Right. So that's why Will Smith, they wanted Will to play him because, you know, Will played Ali in the movie with Spike Lee's, you know, the Muhammad Ali story.
You know, so listen, obviously the thing that I'm really enjoy about this conversation with you today is that people talk about STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, but you embody all those things.
Yes.
All those things. Where does that come from? I mean, you are a living example why STEM is so important. There's so many things that you understand about the cosmos, the universe, about math, about technology, about engineering, and also, because that's what the Matrix is about.
Yes, it is. I came out with the first metaphysical movies, you know, where you take science and you marry it to spirituality. So it's spirit and technology. That's what metaphysics is really about.
But where does it come from in your DNA? Your grandparents?
Well, my grandmother, full-blooded Cherokee, she was a shaman. So the oracle is actually created from me.
Now, if you don't know what a Cherokee is and what she's talking about, That is a Native American. That's the original people that were in America. And I know this is hard to believe because some people think that all Native Americans look like Pocahontas. Well, they didn't. And it gets deep. It gets deep. Because she talks about how she had to take on the government and stuff and how they've taken some money from her. I mean, the Matrix is real, guys. The Matrix is real.
Those characters, and it's based on myself as a visionary seer. So I have a gift, but multiple gifts.
So how did you come up with the Terminator? Take us there in the Matrix and just to put this from pen to pad. Now, it's one thing to have the idea, but to take that.
It's very easy. It was a script in a book. The Terminator is the prequels to the beginning of the Matrix. Sarah Connor is actually Neo's mother. So JC, John Connors, Jesus Christ grows up to be Neo, one and the same in the Matrix. The Matrix is in the future. The Terminator is the past. It's time travel, past, present, and future time travel. It's the second coming of the Christ, the evolutions of consciousness, man versus the machine. So the machines, the Terminator machines, hear that a child is going to be born that's going to terminate them in the future when they oppress man. Because, see, it's a man versus the machine. It's God's children versus man's children, which was technology.
So man versus nature.
Exactly.
It's deep.
So the Terminator
very, very
has to
deep.
time travel to the past because they know it's Sarah Connor. And they have to kill her, terminate her, so she won't have the baby. And Kyle Reese, he comes from the future to protect her, and he inadvertently gets her pregnant. And he has to go back to the future. And so it's the Immaculate Conception, because now she's pregnant and she fell in love with a man, but did it really happen? Did he exist? And then this child, when you see the three Terminators, the boy, and then the man-child, subconsciously, he doesn't know why the Terminator is trying to kill him until he's hidden out in the city, in the Matrix, the future. When he reaches 30 years of age, the rebellion, the Reloaded, revolution starts. And the rebels come and they find him because they've been watching him all along. That's what the Guardians and the Sentinels are all about. And so they wake him up to his purpose. They take him to Morpheus to train him to fight the machines. They take him to the Oracle because of the prophecy. So this is the whole epic story. It's an epic.
And it's some deep stuff. You know what it brings me to? See, you're the best person to ask to explain where we are today. President Trump, the Congress, the seemingly chaos. You look at this entirely different. You see it as a part of a bigger plan that was laid out some time ago.
In the future.
Yes, talk about
It's the
it. Put it
future.
in perspective for us.
Well, the mergings of the corporations. I'm talking about that in 1981 while I'm at USC Film School, where the corporations are going to eat up and merge with the smaller corporations. It's like what they're doing now.
Walmart.
And AT&T,
yeah.
taking Time Warner, and Disney taking Fox, but that's because streaming is coming in. The studio's time has ended. Everything manually has ended. Now, like the ebook, like streaming, you don't have any overhead. You can make.
Also, I got my ebook out there as well. Link in the description, link in the bio. Go get that.
Trillions and billions of dollars. So you don't need to go to a movie theater and sit there and watch a movie anymore when you can have all this at your house. And you can watch any movie and you can watch it 10 or 20 times and you have surround sound, Dolby, or whatever you want. So you don't have to go. The theaters will be just a specialty for someone who especially want a date or something and pay $150 to come in and watch a movie of their choice, while they're being wined and dined with food and so forth. But that's all going out, the way it is now, like how we go to it's empty now, all the theaters are. In the studios, they don't understand what streaming is. And this is why Amazon is worth $147 billion. And Netflix is so wealthy. And AT&T is going to be a big streamer also, but they need content. So this is why they bought Time Warner, so they can take this content and feed their clients, their customers. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, so this is what's going to happen in the future. When the satellites come in, this is when it's going to be trillions of dollars, because the satellites are 7 billion people on Earth. The satellites can zoom into all of the countries and get all of these people to watch, you know what I'm talking about, on their tablets, on their iPhones, iPads. You know what I'm talking about?
So why because this plays into why this
home.
sudden mental change on Facebook. Where is Facebook now a threat where they need to regulate them and shut them down?
Facebook is nothing but a database for the CIA. That's all it is. It has all of your family's pictures, all of your friends. It has all the information. They used it here in Vegas when they had that car accident. Remember when the Maserati right by the Cromwell, when that happened right there? Well, all they did was take camera footage from Caesars, Bally's, and, you know, other casinos. And they went and they took this footage and they got the license plates. And then they saw that the guy did, you know, California. He rented that Range Rover. And after they did that, they went to social network and they found his girlfriend on Twitter. So they found his picture. And then they went to LA, because they knew they were from LA, put his picture on a $250,000 billboard and put a reward up for him for $25,000. And they got him within 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, because of the technology.
So how should we, how do you advise people to share their image, their data?
There's not going to be any more privacy. Everything is camera down. Everything is caught on camera. And this is what it's going to be about in the future. Virtual reality that I'm explaining in The Matrix and Terminator. Everything is going to be, so now it's going to be so easy. You're not going to have any more paper passports. It's just going to be where you come into the airport, they're going to scan you.
They're doing that now anyway. Especially, I think, boy, they've been doing this for a while, for a good, nearly 6, maybe even 10 years now. Because I remember when I went to Tenerife, when I was probably like 25, 26, they could scan your fingerprints. So they're doing it now. But it's mad.
Body, retinal, fingerprints, the whole 9 yards.
This is what Clear is about.
That's right.
That's what Clear, yeah.
This way, nobody has to alter paper and put a picture or a name on there, because they have your bone structure, they have your eyes, they got your fingerprints. This is the database, and they match you up. You see what I'm saying? And you go through. So that way no terrorists can come through and pretend to be somebody or somebody that they're looking for that's the most wanted. You see what I'm saying? Because all of this technology is going to start ruling. It's artificial intelligence. It's going to start ruling everything. Once the satellites come into play that I'm talking about, there's maybe another 5 to 10 years from now, they're really going to play a phenomenal part. Because this is why Apple and Microsoft became the billion-dollar, trillion-dollar babies, is because IBM and Xerox didn't know what a mouse was. A mouse meaning they didn't know what the internet was going to be. You see what I'm talking about? They didn't want to move into that technology. The studios don't know what streaming is. They got pissed off because Netflix paid $50 million and got 3 or 4 Oscars for the movie Roma. But it was never shown in the movie theaters at all. It was watched.
And that's why Steven Spielberg and all of it. You know, when we come back,
yes.
I'm going to have some of my crew to join you, my technical people, in Utah.
Yes.
But it's always a battle for you.
Well, the reason why it's always a battle for me is because the government refuses to protect my copyrights. You know, I own the copyrights to all the derivative movies. Both franchises I own. It was adjudicated in Utah September the 25th, 2014. So why am I still with a RICO case here in Nevada?
And what also is, when the movies came out, they tried to not credit her for the idea. They tried to take the idea for themselves and make it seem like they came up to the movie basically didn't acknowledge that she came up with the idea, she read the books, this was her baby basically. So, and she took them to court and she won. But the problem is the government and the legal teams, they don't acknowledge her, so they make it very difficult for her to get paid and for her to get credited for what she does. So every time they breach the basically the contract that she should get paid, she has to fight, go to court, win the court battle, get paid, and then it's like a cycle.
Which they just won, but they're still trying to fix it so they can continue to use the stolen money, which is untraceable, and it's all linked to Hillary Clinton's foundation and money laundering.
Do you consider yourself politically neutral?
I consider myself totally neutral. All I'm worried about is for the people. Because if the government doesn't protect my copyrights, he doesn't protect yours.
But the government is afraid of you. I'd be afraid of you.
Well, there's no need to be afraid of me because I only stand for principles.
But what you know and the knowledge you share and what you have insights to can be very dangerous to some people.
Yes, but my job is to come here and waken people. That's what the Matrix is about, to wake you up from the Matrix, to get you out of the illusions and the lies and the ignorance. So it's not dangerous for me because that's my job. That's what I came here to do. That's why I wrote The Matrix and Terminator, to wake people up so they can move on to greater, better things.
Yeah, but a lot of these movie houses and these studios and the Facebooks of the world don't want people to know what happens to them every day when they share the information.
But that's destroying their free will, and God doesn't want that.
But people want to be ignorant. They don't want to know that they're being exploited. It requires too much responsibility when they find out.
Well, that's what the blue pill and the red pill is about. The red pill is about the blood of the living beings. The black and the blue ink is the machines. But this is the humans' world. We are the winners. They are the losers. So people need to exert their free will regardless of what anybody wants.
So what are the unintended consequences of all this that we're talking about?
Their people's consciousness will shift and they will go on to create and do better things. They won't be in bondage. And this is the whole purpose of the Matrix and Terminator and the new work that's coming, Matrix 4. It's a Matrix 4 book is out. It's been selling for 9 years, since 2010, around the entire globe. People have to wake up and shift their consciousness so they can create, so they can build. Because you can't stay in the past.
That's another thing as well. There's people that believe that we are here to create, we're here to make the world better. So for example, if there's a problem, like say we all lived on an island, and say we each lived on our own separate island. So England was its own island, and then to get to Africa was its own separate island. But if they weren't too far away from each other, but we couldn't connect. And then someone came up with the idea, oh, let's build a giant bridge, or let's do an aircraft, stuff like that, to make it better for everybody to get to where we need to get to and connect. We're all supposed to be making each other's lives better. But they're saying in this day and age, a lot of us are slaves to our job. A lot of us are doing stuff that we don't want to do because we have to make money, we have to do this. And all of this is slave mentality. So that's what they're saying.
Everything must change, right?
One of the things in the 1 minute that we have left, if you don't remember anything else about the broadcast today, is this: you're not as free as you think you are. You're in bondage in more ways than you imagine, and it's a different kind of slavery, very dangerous kind of slavery, that the mind and how we concede ourselves to people without any thoughts, any challenge, and we're so willing to surrender. Freedom comes with a price. It takes as much.
So yeah, that was basically, I think it was interesting, because even thinking about it, because what she's saying, this is an old interview, by the way. So this is a good couple years prior. When did this come out? I want to say a good couple years old. And what she's talking about is a lot of it's coming to fruition. Just look at it, look up yourself. But even stuff like YouTube, I always feel like YouTube is another database where you're basically collecting people's lives and stuff, because you'll get people that do vlogs and stuff talking about, oh, we just bought a new house, and you're showing people your house, you're showing people this. You know, listen, I'm on YouTube, it is what it is, but there's stuff that people don't need to see, because there was even a film called it had MK Ultra in it. Let me see. Sorry, not MK Ultra. What am I talking? MGK. Sorry. MGK and maybe right. Let me see if I can see. Yes, this was the one. I believe it was this one.
Welcome to Nerve. Nerve is like truth or dare. Mine is the truth. Watchers pay to watch. Players play to win.
Life is passing you by. You need to learn to take a few risks every once in a while.
Civic is a trust fund, and you have something far more valuable than that. You have drive, you have focus.
I love you, B, but you're a watcher.
You have chosen player.
You signed up as a player? It's just not like you.
That's the point.
She's a stranger for 5 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Apparently the Watchers want me to team up with you.
Do you know where I can find this dress?
My mom would call me.
You know that some kid died playing Nerve?
What happens if I bail?
You lose everything.
All of our money is missing.
Wait, Mom, what? Officer! Officer, I need help.
V, don't do this.
How'd you know my name? What the hell is going on?
You can't stop playing.
Watchers stole our identities. We became prisoners of the game.
V, we control your life.
You gotta pay attention to this one.
The only way out is to win. Get to 60 miles per hour.
Blindfolded?
I remember, you're my eyes.
No way.
Right. I thought this film was very good. Like, this came out years ago, and I think it's a very good film you should watch. It has MGK in it, but basically what it is about is kind of how TikTok is now. So you see how TikTok, when you go on live, people give you money, people give you like little hearts, whatever, and the more stuff you do, the more you get. It's even like when you're on YouTube, and then people can send in gifts. This is basically saying how it got to the point where you can either watch or you can actually play. And to play, you would have to basically go live. It's basically what people do. You go live, but the difference is people can say, I want you to jump off the tallest building. And when you're playing, you have to do whatever they say. And if you successfully complete what they say, you get money. And it got to the stage where people were so addicted to it, they started fighting each other. And the only way they could break free was for everybody to say this is crazy and put the game down. And I just thought it was a good film. You should go watch it. And I feel like this is where people are headed, because there's even a TikToker who dresses up as a Spider-Man. Miles Morales, the Black Spider-Man. And he basically acts like Spider-Man, and he does all this crazy stuff, but he can't stop because he's basically attached to TikTok live stream, because he's so used to getting the money, he's addicted to it. And I feel like this film you should go watch. I think it's really good. It's really good. It's a good film. It's also about how this girl, who's a shy girl, gets out of being shy, out of her comfort zone by doing all of this stuff. She makes a lot of money and stuff. But it's a good film. Just let me know your thoughts and comments down below. And yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get monetized.